everyone, it's so nice to see you guys back after the long weekend. I really missed you. I hope you all had a great weekend. I know I did. I was so happy to spend some time outside in the bright, beautiful sunshine. I've been missing that so much. I'm not a huge fan of winter. I'm so looking forward to summer. My son and I were able to go out for a really nice long hike in the forest at Friday Harbor, and we saw a lady riding a big, beautiful white horse through the forest in Innisfil. It was quite the sight to see. It's not something you see every day. Riley, how was your weekend? Riley says, I had a nice weekend. I spent family time. Teacher says, that's amazing. You spent time with your family. That's so much fun. What did you do? So after Riley explains what he did, we move on. Billy, did you have a nice weekend? How was your daughter's birthday party? I think I remember you said it was going to be on Saturday. Billy says, I had a nice weekend. The party was fun. Ella received a big bouquet of red bright balloons. Billy, that's amazing. It sounds like a great time. Remember what we talked about last week, everyone? When we're using adjectives, we want to use the general before the specific. So in the case of Billy's balloons Ella got for her birthday, we would want to say bright red balloons because bright is more general, red is more specific. So bright red balloons. Billy, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a great introduction to our lesson today on adjectives. So when you say big bouquet of bright red balloons, right away I could picture what you were talking about. I would get an image in my mind. I knew what to think of, that it was big, the balloons were bright red, and there were a lot of them. That's what adjectives do for our stories and our sentences. They bring them alive, they make them interesting, and they allow the listener to visualize what you're talking about. So, did everyone bring the photos that we were going to bring for today's class? I hope so, because we're going to practice using adjectives by describing our photos. So let me give it a start. These two photos were taken from my family vacation in Montserrat. The first photo is taken at the villa where we stayed. The villa was from our friends. They invited us to stay with them on their lovely island retreat. And the first picture was taken from the lovely long balcony that's set over a steep hillside overlooking the sparkling blue waters of the Caribbean. At night, when the sun would set, you would see the most beautiful, vibrant colors you could ever imagine. I have never seen a sunset like that. Each night we would sit and watch these glorious sunsets with bright reds and burnt oranges and flaming yellows. It was absolutely awe-inspiring. My second picture is taken from the island as well, and I don't know if you know this, but Montserrat is a volcanic island. The one portion of the island is blocked off to visitors unless you have a tour guide, and our friends have a very good friend who's a licensed tour guide. He took us out to see this abandoned area, and this whole area of the island is buried under 40 to 50 feet of volcanic ash and rubble and gargantuan boulders. It's absolutely insane. And this photo really struck me because this building used to be a 5-story tall exclusive hotel, and now it's completely buried under the rubble and the ash, and I just could not get over it. So what words in those descriptions helped you to picture what I was talking about? So if you just closed your eyes and you go back without looking at the pictures or the photos, I want you to think about the words that helped you visualize what I was talking about and what made it really real for you. So I would love someone else to take a try. And again, let's be mindful of the words that our classmates are using to describe their photos and what those words mean, how they help you visualize what you're talking about. You can jot them down in your notebooks if you like, just to help you remember. Later, we'll talk more about how they're used, and how they're categorized. So, Aiden, why don't you give it a shot? The class would spend a few minutes going through their own photos. It would be a great exercise for them, and then we would move on. So everyone, going back to Billy and the beautiful red balloons, we're going to do some practice sentences. I would love to have Joey come up and write a sentence using those adjectives, beautiful and red. Joey? Oh my gosh, Joey, that's awesome. You have a beautiful red Camaro. Okay, so Joey, I would like you to circle the noun in that sentence. Amazing. Okay, and what are the words that describe that noun? Let's underline them. Excellent. So these underlined words are our adjectives. They help describe the noun and they make it more interesting and more appealing so that we can visualize it in our brains. It's so good. You'll notice, especially in writing, in TV shows, in movies, the descriptive words really bring the picture to life in your mind. Okay, next. Riley. He gave his wife a big, beautiful bouquet of scarlet red roses. Riley, if you give that to your wife, you're going to make her a very happy lady. Okay, we are going to again choose the nouns in the sentence and circle them. So we know roses is a noun, but is there another noun? Because this sentence goes even a little beyond, it's very descriptive. We have two nouns that we're describing. And what words are we using to describe it? Your adjectives. That's amazing. I'm impressed. Okay, which ones are the adjectives? Big, beautiful. Describe the bouquet. And what's the bouquet of? Scarlet red roses. That's amazing, you guys.